With Jalen Brunson dropping 41 points in a closeout game versus the Philadelphia 76ers, I thought there would be no better time than to make his build on NBA 2K24. Now for today's video, I didn't have enough time to get some live commentary gameplay on this build, but we will still have some gameplay that you can see throughout the rest of this build video. This is going to be like one of my more traditional build videos instead of the videos I've been posting out recently, but do not worry, those videos I have been putting out recently will be the main focus that we will be doing on this channel from here on out. But with all of that out of the way, man, let me show you guys how to make this build. All right, so when making this Jalen Brunson build, we're going to be going with the position point guard. Height is going to be 6'4". I know Jalen Brunson is 6'2" in real life, but with the way that this build is made, there is actually zero reason to go down to 6'2". You don't get any extra attributes, you don't get any extra anything, so you might as well just make this build at 6'4", just to get the extra height on the build. Weight, we're going to be going with 209 pounds with a 6'7" wingspan. Now we went with this specific weight and wingspan combination so we can get a 73 strength while still getting a 90 speed with ball, so we can get physical handles on gold while still having the Kyrie Irving dribble style. Now starting things off in the finishing, we are going to have a 91 driving layup, which is going to get us badges like Fearless Finisher on gold, Slithery gold, Float Game Hall of Fame, which is another really good badge, and you're just going to be able to finish at the rim with ease on this build. For the layup style that I was using on this build, we were using Trae Young. So yeah, the 91 layup is really good. The layup meter is really good this year. Again, I really recommend that everybody that makes a build with high driving layup, please just try to turn on layup timing. It is so easy to time opens, and then when it comes to timing contested layups, it's actually really feasible in this year's game. So I recommend that you put layup timing on when using builds like this with high driving layup. And then now let's get down here to the post control. And again, this is actually another reason why we went with the 6'4" height, so we can get more post control on the build, because Jalen Brunson is the type of guy that actually can score out of the post. Obviously, he probably shouldn't have a 85 post control, maybe somewhere between the 65 to 75 range, but post control is so cheap and so easy to get on builds in this year's game that I figured we might as well get it, because we can get the ratings to get all these badges that you see right here on the right. We get post fade phenom on Hall of Fame, post spin technician on gold, so we might as well upgrade it all the way to an 85 to get those badges. So now let's get to these finishing highlights right here. Again, you see that Kyrie dribble style in action. The shiftiness of it combining with the floaters is really nice on this build, and it's just really nice to have a dribble style that allows you to just stop and go and change directions very quickly, especially when you combine a bunch of really good dribble moves along with it. And when it comes to getting up the court, Kyrie dribble style is also S tier because of that push dribble, but we could talk about that again later on in this video. But again, you see the floaters with that 91 driving layup, you're gonna hit them with ease right here. Hit him with the aggressive breakdown combo. I forget whose this is, but it's a pretty nice one. I'll show it in the gameplay video when we eventually do drop that once again for this build. But again, man, floaters are going to be really nice on this build. 91 driving layup is just absolutely insane in this game. And I gotta ask one thing. For some reason, I could have swore there was a Jalen Brunson layup style in this game, but I could not find it to save it, like to save my life. I checked everywhere for it. 2K Labs, just in the animation store, couldn't find it. I could have swore there was one. But now let's crank out the rest of these finishing clips right here. Again, gonna catch this over here on the left. Pump fake, really could have shot that. I don't know why I didn't shoot that, but again, go right up with that floater again. Most of these finisher clips are going to be just floaters because floaters are just that good in this year's game. Run right by somebody, go up with the floater once again. I think this is actually a post up clip right here. Yeah, we're gonna post up right here on the right side, back him down, hit the quick little turnaround fade with Brunson, and that's gonna go in. Same thing here once again, getting in the post up, back him down, quick turnaround fade, and that's it for the finishing clips. And now moving on to the shooting, we're going to have a 93 mid-range shot on this build, which gets you catch and shoot Hall of Fame, blinders, Deadeye on gold, base creator gold, open looks Hall of Fame, midi magician Hall of Fame. You're just gonna get a whole lot of shooting badges on this build, and it's going to make it really easy to hit that mid-range shot efficiently. Jalen Brunson is a pretty great mid-range scorer, and it's going to be good to have that meter rating when you're also trying to shoot off the dribble in the mid-range area and score out of the post as well. Then when it comes to that three-point shot, we're going to go with an 86 to get you limitless range on bronze, and it'll also get you H and 3s on silver. And with an 86, you're going to be able to shoot very consistently on this build, and Brunson is a very consistent three-point shooter. Now when it comes to shooting on this build, I think you are in the perfect sweet spot when it comes to the ratings that you get for each of the attributes. So the 93 midi, the 86 3, I think that is like the perfect sweet spot to kind of be able to do a little bit of everything that you will need to do on these type of builds. With that 93 midi, you're going to be super effective in the mid-range area, whether it's shooting fades, step backs, post fades, does not matter. And then out of the three-point line, you can definitely hit shots off of the dribble consistently with an 86 3, and you can also shoot with a little bit of range as well, since we do get limitless range on bronze. This play was actually clean. Look at this. Get right past them. Then we go to the spin jumper back the other direction. Dude was absolutely lost on that play right here. Just run through the screen, shoot the midi fade. That's what you really just have to do a lot of times when you're playing with inside bigs and set screens. Just run through the screen, shoot the open three, or shoot the open midi, because no big wants to step up to the guard like that's running through the screen. Right there, catch, shoot, midi fade. It's an easy shot. And then last possession right here, this little isolation touch right here. Wasn't really comboing going too great here, but we ended up getting the midi fade, and somehow that was open. Okay, so now for the playmaking, we're going to be going with an 89 pass accuracy, which gets you the Tyrese Halliburton passing style. Then it also gets you a couple other badges like Dimer on gold, relay passer, special delivery on gold, which are all really nice to have. Then for the ball handle, we're going to be going all the way up to a 92. This is going to get you handles for days on gold, speed booster gold, ankle breaker is going to be on gold as well. Then obviously we still get gold unpluckable too with this build. And the ball handle is going to be really nice. In the gameplay that you're going to be seeing with this build, I'm only going to be having an 86 with silver speed booster. So if the build looks a little bit slower than expected, that is probably the main reason as to why, because I literally just made this build tonight right after game 6, right after Jalen Brunson had a monster game. So I had to get this out ASAP. And I will be dropping, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this earlier on in the video, I will be dropping gameplay again of this build very soon once I get it grinded out a little bit more. But I wanted to get this build video out ASAP so you guys can see what I'm going to be playing on. Then when it comes to the speed with ball, we're going to be going with a 90. That 90 is going to get you Kyrie Irving dribble style, which is by far the best dribble style in the game. And if you're going to make a small guard in this game that is shorter than 6'5", you absolutely need to get Kyrie Irving dribble style on your builds. I understand in the game on the roster, Jalen Brunson only has like an 80 to 83 speed with ball rating, but there is no harm in getting this up to a 90 to get the literal best dribble style in the game. You might as well. It's going to make your life so much easier. And it's going to be really good with the push dribbles. It's going to allow you to get downhill a lot more, especially with that high driving layup rating. So you might as well have it on the Brunson build anyways. It fits the play style. Now for this part, I'm not going to show too many playmaking highlights because once again, this build was not maxed out. I didn't have super high pass accuracy on this build, and I definitely did not have the Tyrese Halliburton passing style. So I didn't want to showcase the playmaking too much, but you can make your open reads. I mean, it's not hard to play with a lower pass accuracy build and still make the right play. Now moving on to the defense, and although we are a small guard, we still have decent defense. We're going to have a 68 interior defense and a 75 perimeter defense, which will get you clamps on bronze, fast feet challenger on bronze as well. So you'll be decent on the perimeter and you can still defend the paint just a little bit. And this is pretty much the entire build fully maxed out. As you can see, we get an 86 speed, which is what you need for the speed booster on gold. 73 acceleration gets you blow by on silver, I believe. A lot of people don't make guards with acceleration nowadays, and I just don't think acceleration is that important either. Can put it on the build if you want, but I just don't really know what you would sacrifice in order to do that. And then, like I mentioned earlier on in this video, 73 strength to get you that physical handles on gold. This is a very nice badge to have on this type of build. Jalen Brunson's a little bit of a stronger guy, so having something like physical handles on gold is going to just allow you to just get through your defender a lot easier. And again, now looking at this build, there aren't really a whole lot of changes that I would make to it. I think this is pretty much as good as it is going to get to make a build that fits the Jalen Brunson type of archetype and is also good enough that you can use in game with some of those meta sigs like we mentioned earlier on in this video. But now coming out of the My Player Builder, you are going to get these shades of Chauncey Billups, Jalen Brunson, and Trae Young. I'm really happy we got that Jalen Brunson shade, and we're also going to get the build name Playmaking 3-level threat. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had to get this one out as fast as possible, so I didn't get to do the gameplay type of videos that I've been doing recently that I know you guys have enjoyed. But again, I promise there will be more gameplay videos coming out soon on this channel with this Brunson build specifically and with some other builds that you guys haven't seen just yet. But yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.